Hello and welcome to the Neville Richards Premier League review preview show for round 12 and 13. There's so much to get through. I can't welcome firstly Matthew.
Hello, Hazy.
What's going on here? And welcome to a very special guest, Joy Francis.
Hello everyone.
Morning.
Extraordinary performance
Morning,
from
Matt.
you, Joy, on the weekend in the Premier League. What is going on?
What's that?
What's that? What's going on here? Is this for your game, Hazy?
Oh my God. Oh. What is that all about?
Oh,
Please explain.
surely this is the last rites for your golf game.
Oh my God.
Did you know that was coming?
Well,
Where's that? What? Oh,
well,
you've got a bit of bread.
I got my. What is that? I'm not very religious, Joy. I have to turn to you on that front.
Oh no, don't look at me.
Sourdough communion bread.
Well, it could be. You might have to dip it in your drink. A little.
Oh, I've come over all nervous now.
Well, Mark.
Never had the last rites before.
Well, 28 points again on Saturday. Obviously no good. So is that reminiscent of your golf
28?
game?
That's a bit high, isn't it?
Might have been 26.
26, I think, or was it? 20. Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, it hasn't been good.
No, we noticed.
Rob Moorcroft got the benefits of my golfing, skills on the weekend, and wouldn't be that thrilled. I wouldn't have thought.
No. We might be starting to call you Juju.
Juju.
Yeah.
How's
Juju.
that?
Well, touch you and it
Oh,
turns to Juju.
yeah, okay. Oh.
You
Yeah.
might be the curse of Portarlington.
Well, he has got the nickname Curse Joy, so
Yeah.
he's but
Yeah, I reckon.
well, that's a good start to the morning, Hazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm devastated.
The
I'm
priest.
liking your comedic aptitude there, Mark.
I like your aptitude. All right, let's get into it. We will explain in great detail why Joy has joined us here in a minute. But firstly, Matty, let's get straight to the reviews. On another tumultuous weekend of Premier League, with only a couple to go now, the Warriors took down the Hookers.
They did, yes. The Warriors 202 to the Hookers 191. 10 players for both teams there. For the Warriors, Paul Kirby had 36, Ian Lachlan 35, Julie Milne 34, while Buffett Allen had 33, Brian Bell 32, and the evergreen Pete DeFazio 32, while for the Hookers, Ian Francis
Yes.
35,
yes.
Joy.
Yep, he
Old
came
Ian.
up the trumps.
He's in a
yep.
bit of form. Billy Adams had 35, Dan Hopgood 33, Stu Anderson 31, Pat Kennedy 30, and then there was counting scores on 27, which included Helen Powell and Chris Dodds. But it was a solid win for the Warriors. The consistency across the board so far this year. Paul Kirby's actually continued his strong recent form. 36, apparently he was 24 points after about 10 holes or something, and only lipped in with 36. But Ian Lachlan and Julie Milne copped a bit of a grilling last week, and they took that to heart and improved their performance. Even Buffett Allen, I said, couldn't do 2 weeks in a row, and he did. So well done, Buff. While Ian Francis and Bill Adams has returned from Europe. He was part of the top scorers for the Hookers, but unfortunately now the finals are a distant sight, I think, for the Hookers.
Yep.
And when you have 27 as your counting score, at least the Pro Shop results sheets will be safe this week, Hazy.
Yeah.
The Warriors had a win, so Jill Barker should be happy. They'll be intact, so I won't have to print out new ones.
And your jelly?
And they moved to third on the ladder now, the Warriors. So
Are you putting a fork in the Hookers?
well, I think so.
Yeah.
2 games to go. They've got to win both games and then rely on, I think it might be the Tornadoes and the Pirates to lose both, but I still don't think they can get there on percentage.
It's
So
not going to happen.
I think they're done.
Yeah.
Fork?
Done
in.
and dusted.
Fork in, done, and
Sliced.
you couldn't help them.
No, I couldn't help them. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a bit sad.
I'm very sorry, Hookers. I just couldn't lift, couldn't fire a shot.
Mm.
I don't even know what to say.
Maybe you
It
need
was
to
just-
go to Thailand.
Maybe I do need. No, that hasn't.
No,
worked
they've
too
come
well
back
for
poor as
people.
well.
Yeah, true.
That's no
yeah,
good
yeah,
either.
true. Yeah.
We will discuss
Might not something.
Ian Francis a little bit more when we discuss you a little bit more.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's recovering pretty well from some pretty nasty injuries, but more on that a little bit later.
Watch this space.
Matty, the second game we want to talk about is the Tornadoes and the Crusaders. This has big ramifications for the top 4.
Well, the Tornadoes got over the line 187 to 178, and it would nearly go to be win of the year.
Win of the
Win
year.
of the year from the Tornadoes.
Wow.
The Tornadoes only had 7 players.
Wow.
Crusaders had 9. Now, the reason I say that is that from the morning, the Tornadoes were like your golf game, dead and buried. They had 3 scores come in the morning, which you think about, they've only got 7 in their team, so they're counting 6. And their 3 scores in the morning were from Flea Pollock, 26,
geez.
the Sword, 27, and Doreen Ibis, 19. That was their morning scores.
Ooh.
Absolutely done and dusted, but they had Tornado scorers Steve Bond, 37, Norma Vogel, 34, Bernie Reed, 33, Collis Bell, 30, and then Sean Ward, 27, Dale Pollock. That was their scores. Crusaders, they were abysmal.
Ooh.
Nina Ibbotson, slow burn, top score with 33. Johnny Rowe, 32. Bobby Gibbs, 31. Jan Cogger, 28. Stan Maskell, 27. And Corky was back from Queensland. He had a scoring count on 27. That was Cliffy McCorkle. But yes, the PM players for the Tornadoes, when you consider everything that went down, it was fantastic. So disappointing for the Crusaders. They had the chance for top spot, but they stuffed it up. As mentioned, their best score was only 33, and they only had 3 of the counting scores above 30. Jan Cogger, what do you have there? She had 28.
Pretty
She
bad.
was 15 points after 6 holes.
Wow.
Oh, really?
And
On fire.
limped to the 18th, 18 points after 9,
Whoa.
and then had 10 on the back 9,
Oh,
and finished the triangle wipe 2.
oh dear.
That was-
I know that feeling.
That's pretty good though,
Yeah,
Joy,
isn't
isn't
it? It is actually.
So the Crusaders, they dropped to 2nd on the ladder while the Tornadoes moved up to 4th, but a big win for them. Even Ando Wooten, who was on domestic duties at home, didn't play. He sent a message through about 3:30, 4 o'clock saying this could be the greatest victory ever. And
Toot
it's,
Toot Madden's back this week too.
yes, I did see
Been
that.
away on a honeymooners weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
It really leaves, we'll come to the ladder in a few minutes of course, but the win for the Tornadoes keeps the ladder much more open than it otherwise might have. So a big, very big result there. The third match, Matty, the Goblins and the, I wouldn't say white hot, but maybe pink hot Peakers.
Peakers.
Yeah.
1.5 wins out of 2.
They got done again.
Oh no.
207 to the Goblins, 200 to the Peakers, 9 players for the Goblins, 10 for the Peakers. Goblins were the highest scoring team again,
Unbelievable.
207. This is the 4th time this year they've been the highest scoring team.
And Jen Edmondson's not even there. Clearly
No.
they don't need her.
No, that's Rick's team actually.
Oh, actually, no, Rick. Yeah, Rick's not
Oh,
there.
well, Rick doesn't help anyone.
I just got the Edmondsons mixed up.
But yeah, they won. The Goblins have been highest scoring in rounds 4, 5, 8 and 12. But one thing that is interesting, that the Peakers
Yeah.
have played the highest scoring team 5 times this year.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
In their
extraordinary.
season. So they have been an unlucky side. But anyway, the Goblins, Josh Kent, he come back in after the Australian Lego Championships. He had 37 points, actually came in for a lesson this week, so
Really?
we fixed him up there. Bull Thompson, 36, Barry Benson, 35, Paddy Peacock, 34, while Steve Evans, he returned from Thailand with 33. Obviously no issues for him.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't go with his wife though. And Ian Burrell 32, while for the Peakers, the Flange, Ian Flanders 35, Yanni Lathuris 35, Lynn Kirby 33, Kenny Ladder 33, Stiggle Bauer and Lloyd Shepherd 32. So you can see they're all 32s and above and they still get rolled. But yeah, they are stiff, the Peakers. They can't sort of keep sticking up any longer. But
I do just want to mention Ian Burrell while we're here, Matty. He had it on a string on Saturday.
did he?
He was cruising along. He was 28 after 13 and just head wobbling a little bit because he had all the cash from all the boys in the group and went down the 14th. Was in the bunker for 3, greenside bunker for 3 with 2 shots.
Don't tell me.
1, 2, 3,
No.
4. Like a backhoe he was, and he was moving that much sand in
I
there,
know
but
that
not many balls coming out of that bunker. And the great man picked up and
Exploded.
absolutely exploded. Just limped to the line. It was extraordinary.
And he only had, 32?
Yeah, 28 from 13. That's a.
Yeah, that is a big choke.
Thanks, Buzz.
But anyway, the Peakers would have beaten this week the Hookers, the Crusaders, the Tornadoes and the Pirates if they had played them. After the AM scores, it was looking good for the Peakers to make it 2 in a row with Yanni, the Flange and Leroy scoring early, but they were matched up by Paddy Peacock, Steve Evans and Ian Burrell. Rhino, he did Jack's crackers again. As you can see by this video here, he's in good form, Rhino, trying to extricate something from the tree. But yes, it was an interesting afternoon. Bull Thompson come in late, which really helped the Goblins get over the line. Although the Goblins still sit 6th, 1 game out of the top 4, due to the Tornadoes and the Warriors both winning. And it will be a must-win this week for the Goblins for finals, and they play the Bullies.
Definitely
big
need
game.
both wins in the last 2 rounds. So, okay, let's move on to the final game, and I want to congratulate the Pirates because they had, a massive score from Joy Francis, which is why she's here. Congratulations on a great victory.
Congratulating the Pirates.
Well, surely they won. I mean, Joy had 40, and they had a lot to play for. Surely that was it. What do you mean? No?
No.
That's why I was wondering why you want to invite her.
I should have had 50.
You might have needed 50 by the sound of what this is going to be.
The Bullies, too good. Bullies, 201, defeated the Pirates, 187. 10 players on both teams. As you said, Mark, Joy is our Travis Matthew polo winner with 40 points this week. For the Bullies, Ange Foote, fantastic on 37. Sean Rodwell, 36. Johnny Wooten, 34. Ross Gibb, 33. Manny Golfers, 31. And then they had a counting score of 30, which Phil Stevens, Richard Weston, Kev Hudson provided. While for the Pirates, it was left to too few. The lovely lady here, Joy Francis, 40. Darren Heaton, 33. Raviani, 30. Johnny Cross at 28. Ribs King, 28. And Peter Scuba Hub, 28. The Bullies were sensational again, with just consistent scoring across the board. Bear All Foot returned to some good form with that 37. Johnny Wooden was solid early with the 34. But the Pirates were always under the pump. And when Joy Francis come in with the 40, it gave the Pirates hope. But the PM players failed to flatter the scorers, with only Darren Heaton on 33 and Jerry Raviani having 30 points or above.
Before we get to Joy, I want to just congratulate Beryl, the Golden Beryl. She was runner-up in the Inverleigh Open last week. That was a good effort, very good effort.
It was.
Now, Joy,
Mark.
walk us through. You started your round on the 10th.
Correct.
Cruised around to the start of the triangle. You're looking pretty good.
Got to the triangle and a little lump came in my throat. And I thought, nah, down you go, down you go. Teed up, had a 3-pointer, I think it was, on 15. I thought, I'm cruising here. I could end up playing me handicap. But then I teed off on 16 and the drive, not too bad. But anyway, got on the green and, putted, got 1 point.
Spin to tightening.
Yep. I thought, bloody hell, Matt, get back down. That was the lump in my throat. That was Matt.
There's so many things I'd like to say here.
And then I scrubbed 17 and 18. Was I angry? Internally. But
you managed to get on top
I
of it.
composed myself and I met Ange Foote on the first and spoke to her and I said, how'd you go today, Ange? She said 37. I thought, geez, I've got to take her out. So I thought, okay, I need to get my game back together.
Because the medal's on the line.
Medal's on the line, which I didn't know. I didn't know anything about the medal.
And you choked on the Wednesday medal.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So she learned.
Something about you, Matt, in the throat. But anyway, we got over that, and then the front 9, I just blitzed it.
25 points.
25 points.
Wow.
Yep. Go me.
If Joy wasn't here, I had so much better content than that to give her. But anyway, no, fantastic effort. 25 on the front 9. Had a little birdie on the 5th as well, I saw on the scorecard there.
Yep.
So you end up having 2 wipes, 5 pars and a birdie for your 40. Well done. Great job.
2 wipes.
Yes, what could have been.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if you had some decent partners in the Pirates, maybe.
Guess what that means, Hazy?
I have. I'm a pirate.
What does that mean?
Guess what that means? The Bullies move to the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
1 game clear of the Crusaders, Warriors and Tornadoes.
Yeah.
Pirates are out of the top 4.
Gone.
That's all right.
2
That's
points
all right.
out of the top 4.
But look what happened last year. Where did we come from?
I know
we
that.
weren't in the finals and we come from nowhere and just straight through and took the
The only
took
issue
the chocolates
is
at the
this
end.
year's going to be a lot more difficult.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right. When you look at, there's a few of them not playing here and there and we should get a few back, the Pirates. I've got it tattooed on my heart, Matt.
Oh, have you?
I've got it running through my veins, definitely.
You and Scuba though, sort of, it's not a lone battle because you're doing it together, but there's not many people following. I mean,
they will when
Toby
they see
Prime,
this
for
video.
example, has got
Yeah, he
given
needs
you
to lift
donuts.
his game. Yeah, he needs to lift. Yep, definitely.
Anyone else you want to single out?
No, because they're all my friends.
Oh.
We're a team. There's no I in team.
Sticking together.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
But,
Wow.
you know, that's all right. We felt sorry for the Peakers the week before and let them win. We sort of thought we'll let them win, but now we need to pull our fingers out.
Very true.
All hands on the starboard deck.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Cheers.
want to just no, cheers to you on your 40, but let's have a look at the ladder. This is the perfect segue into the ladder. We'll have a quick look at it now. Maddie, the Bullies, as you say, looking solid now. It'd be hard to imagine them not making the finals. Mathematically still possible, but that's about it. Hookers and the Peakers are gone, and everything in the middle is all to play for.
It is, yep. 2 rounds to go. This week's going to be obviously very important, and then even looking ahead into round 14, some teams, if they don't win this week, it's going to be very difficult for them to win next week.
Yep.
Well, let's get into it then. It's the big preview for the second last round of the Neville Richards Premier League. The Hookers and the Peakers. This is probably the least impactful game that we can talk about.
7th versus 8th, bottom of the table clash. Just pride to play for. Can't make finals. Can't influence anything this week. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you say? Both teams have been. Peakers have just been unlucky. I think they're not that bad a team. But last time they met, the Hookers actually won by a point. 193 to 192. Stewie Anderson, Dan Hopgood and Neil Keskinen and Paddy Kennedy were the leading scorers, while the Peakers had Mike Kerry, Marion Keskinen, Tickle Maduda, Kenny Ladder and Lloyd Shepherd top score for the Peakers. Saying that, last time they met, the Hookers only had 7 players play and the Peakers were at full strength. Peakers had no input from Yarni, Flanders, while the Hookers would love the inclusion of Chris Dodds, Rob Moorcroft. He'll be back from Barnbougle. He's been over there, so he should be back in. Soupy Collins and Bill Adams. So, yeah, there's not really too much to say about this one. It's just all about running through the run-of-the-mill game.
Which brings us to the Warriors and the Tornadoes. Huge match.
Yeah, Warriors sitting 3rd, Tornadoes 4th. Would this be match of the round to determine the finals? This will determine finals aspirations for both teams. Both teams are on the same amount of points and only separated by percentage. Last time they met, the Tornadoes absolutely blew them away, 212 to 188.
Wow.
But the Warriors only had 6 players last time they met, so they haven't really met each other at full strength. The Tornadoes had Steve Bond, Bernie Reid and Alan Kerry all play to their handicap or better last time they met, while the Warriors had Skeeter and the ageless Warrior, DeFazio.
There's a question about how old Pete DeFazio is.
I think he turned 121 last week.
Yeah. I thought it was a birthday.
Yeah.
It's going up a lot each week.
So they had 36, but both teams are so evenly matched, and I hope they are at full strength so we can really see how they go against each other. The Tornadoes have been the highest scoring team in around 3 times so far this season, while the Warriors have been once. If the Warriors are to win, they will need more out of the Frenchmen Matthew Miles, Gary Haywood and John Leaking, while the Tornadoes would be hoping that Flea Pollock can return to some semblance of form prior to his Thailand trip. He's looking a little gaunt. Stewie Madden, as you mentioned, returns for his first game back after cutting half his hand off.
Toot toot.
And hopefully Swaney will turn up and Ando should be back from his domestic duties. But it's interesting for both teams, like they play each other this week and then in round 14, the Warriors have got a tough game against the Pirates and the Tornadoes play the Hookers. So you would think that the Warriors need a definite win here because they faced the Pirates in the last round. So
They won't.
We're going to talk a bit more about Dale when we talk about the vet, aren't we?
I think it's probably should be.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the game then between the Bullies and the Goblins.
So Bullies are first, Goblins are 6th. Goblins season is on the line. A loss will spill the end of the season, and you would say a failure for a team that's got so much promise and potential in it. Last time they met, the Bullies got over the line by 3 points, 207 to 204 in a high-scoring match. The Goblins had Josh Kemp, Pat Peacock, Steve Evans and Bull Thompson top score. Incidentally, same top scorers this Saturday gone. So are they relying on these guys each week? Well, the Bullies were well served by Jackie Rowe, Phil Stevens, John Wooten, Ange Foot and Manny Golfus. Last time they met, the Bullies didn't have Jen Edmondson.
They still won't.
They won't, no.
No.
Apparently she's back from Queensland but has to work.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Any excuse.
Well, the Goblins were without Woody.
I thought she'd retired from the post office.
Oh, well, meant to be,
Ah.
you know.
No,
Unbelievable.
likes the cash.
Yeah. So it's husband's team plays wife's
Wife's
team.
team,
Whoa.
yeah.
So
Rick's
surely,
playing.
surely
Rick's playing.
Rick's.
Well,
Yep.
well, the Goblins last time they met didn't have Woody and the two barometers of the team, Rhino and Rico. So it's interesting though that Rick's gonna play, and he's the less skilled and less superior golfer than Jen. So maybe Jen's given the Goblins a little helping hand.
bit of a-
I don't know. Maybe Rick, you can go and play. But Kev Hudson's going to be missing for the Bullies. Bit of carpal tunnel surgery happening on Wednesday. We wish him the best.
Yeah, good luck, Kev.
He did try and push the surgery out till after Premier League season, but couldn't be done. It's going to be very intriguing with quite a few players starting to run into form. Win for the Bullies should sew up top spot on the ladder, while a loss could see them slide down the ladder. Goblins will be come out breathing fire. The Goblins must win this because they've got the Crusaders in the last round.
Did you say Jackie Rowe's involved here?
Jackie Rowe is in this team, yes. Is that a little segue there, Mark, into our Rickometer, is it?
Well, it is. It's the perfect time with the discussion on Rick Edmondson, because Rick, the great man, as we see his Rickometer pop up here, it hasn't been great viewing. It's getting worse as the season goes on.
Yeah, well, it helps if he actually plays.
That is true.
Yeah.
But someone else, thankfully it wasn't me, but there is another a player who's got the Rickometer warning this week.
Yeah, last week we had Stan
Should've
Maskell.
been
He obviously didn't take much notice. He only had 27. Not good enough, Stan. You're better than that. Hopefully the leaders of the Crusaders can pull you aside and read you some team values and leading up into the finals. But some players that were on the precipice last week sort of saved themselves. Norma Vogel, she had 34, so she sort of kept herself away. Lloyd Shepherd, 32. Bob Thompson actually didn't play, so I can't give him any more, but that was pretty weak as piss, Tomo, for not playing. I know you don't want to get this award,
That's
but
what you
anyway.
really think.
But since the inception of the Rickometer is all based on scoring, there's been a vast improvement throughout the season where players have actually improved. And some would say that this is harsh that Jackie Rowe's getting it this week.
Jackie Rowe.
Now, and you think of her scoring, it's so much superior than Rick's. She's had 29, 20, 30, 29, 30, 28. Now, they probably look all right to the regular golfer, but Jackie, you're a Division 1 pennant player. And we hold you to higher, loftier standards than everyone else. You are an elite golfer amongst the female fraternity, and I'm sure you'll be disappointed with that outfit. Even your husband, who is a less superior golfer to you, he's outperforming you this year. I've even given you a new driver to use, which you're absolutely bombing, so obviously your short game's not going too well. But the Bullies need you this week in a must-win game.
Cop that, Jackie.
Jeez.
That's
harsh.
Yeah.
And next week, players on the line. Bob Thompson, Helen Powell,
Whoop,
Cooper McMuffin,
whoop,
Chris James,
whoop,
Dale Pollock,
whoop,
Yvette Pollock,
whoop.
Mark Hayes.
Yay!
You need to perform or you will be Rickometer worthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Hazy, for you, 31, 27, 29, 24, 34, and then 26.
I reckon Hazy's heading for the PPP team.
Like single handicapper and single figures, and he's
PPP, definitely.
putting out that trite.
I've got nothing. I can't fight back.
We've noticed.
It's like kryptonite.
What is
We-
going
On you,
on?
Jackie.
Can we talk quickly about Yvette Pollock? Is it now a good time?
Yeah, if you like.
Yeah, why not?
23 points on Saturday she had. Dale had 26. Dale's second worst score ever in Premier League history.
So when he head wobbled direct from Thailand and said, come and play to my average of 33, what's he actually done since then?
24 and 26.
Not much.
So the average is probably not at quite 33
No,
anymore.
so you're above his average.
That's my... There we go. I knew
He
there
was
was a
looking a bit
saving.
tired Saturday. He sort of, when he came off the ninth there, I said, "How'd you go, Dale?" I won't tell you what he said, but wasn't
Slumped
good,
shoulders.
and he was slumped over and
Well,
looked
Yvette,
really,
Yvette used a cart on Saturday too.
I noticed that. Yvette was in a cart. What's the go there, Yvette?
Well, she needed to drive over a long way here on the. I think she was playing the third. She was closer to the fourth than the third.
Oh,
You were
okay.
playing this shot here on the middle of the 14th, to the side of the 14th fairway to the third green.
But she is my team member, so don't get too harsh.
Yeah,
with
well,
her.
she must have sore legs. She must be sore legs. Like jet lag
Tired.
is just
Tired,
tired. I don't know.
yeah.
How long does jet lag last?
6 weeks.
Oh, does it?
6 weeks.
Yep.
Geez, that's finals time. Hopefully she's up for that.
How long do honeymoons normally last?
Just a night.
All right, so that brings us with Yvette's team, the Pirates, to play.
Go the Pirates.
Well, she's in the Bullies, isn't she?
Who?
No.
No,
She's
it's
a
a
pirate.
pirate. It's a pirate.
Pirate.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
what I said.
brain fade.
Don't be too hard on it.
Pirates against the Crusaders
Yep.
in an absolute ball terror.
Pirates are fifth,
Absolutely.
Crusaders are second. Another high stakes game with massive implications on the top four. With only 2 rounds to go, both teams can't afford a stumble here. The Crusaders absolutely pummeled the Pirates earlier in the season, 206 to 174.
Ooh.
And it was 10 players versus 9, so we didn't have a large imbalance of players. The Pirates were just plain putrid that day. The Crusaders had Johnny Rowe, Nina, Stan Maskell and Snags Finnemore at the top of the scores, while Peter Scuba Hub and Yvette Pollock were the only Pirates to score over 30 on this occasion. If the Pirates are to get back on the right side of the ledger, they need something out of Mirrors Prime, Johnny Powell and Yvette Pollock. Like husband, must be still jet lagged.
Yep.
While the Crusaders can't rely on Snags, Rowie, Josh Bowen every week, they really need something out of Poe Thompson, Cooper McMurrich and also Jan Cogger. A loss for the Pirates could see the end of the premiership defence dream, as they would need a massive win to increase their percentage in the last round to potentially sneak into the finals like they did last year.
We're up to it, Matt.
And you've got the Warriors in the last round,
Yep, that's right.
which is a tough
So
match.
can I just put something else out on the table here? Last time when the Pirates did play the Crusaders, the big victim actually wasn't the Pirates. It was actually Ian Francis, because Joy gets fairly sort of rambunctious when she's doesn't fire, and clearly didn't that day. And we've got some extraordinary footage here of what happened to Ian after that result.
Are we allowed to show this or not?
Well.
Are
Why
you,
not?
are you embarrassed, Joy, or not?
No, not at all. I think it was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a bit of gang crime going around, different chaps at the moment. It's this looks like the result of some sort of gang violence.
Yeah. Well, look, when we didn't win, you normally would go home and kick the cat.
Yeah.
But instead I went home and I took it out on Ian. And what can I say?
I'm very nervous.
That's
sitting
what
here.
happens when you don't respect the pirate.
You're in a world of trouble, Matty.
I was going to say, geez, I hope your hand's all right for this week.
Well, there we go. A lot in the show. Massive round 13 coming up. Second last round. One more after that. Then we head towards the Carnival of Golf and then the finals. Thank you to Neville Richards, our great sponsor.
Thank you.
Of course, your Golf Pro, Matty, all the team in the shop. Thank you for your support. Joy, you've been a joy.
Thank you very much.
I'm a bit nervous about the left hook that could come my way here in a second.
Thanks for attending.
Thanks, Matt. Yes, well done.
How did you go, do you think?
Oh, fine.
Fine.
Not a problem.
Weighed down by the medals, no problem?
Well, I was going to wear my other ones, but I just thought, I'll just wear one at the moment. I didn't want to sort of be tilting over.
All right, we'll let you get out and practice on the triangle.
Thank you, I will. I'll go out there now.
Thanks, Matty.
Thank you, Hazy. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.